Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Jasmine,
I'm Kathy.
And this is your girl, Linda.
and today we're going to be talking about the importance of making connections while in school and also getting involved in organizations. Let's go.
Let's go.
So, I guess I'll start since I have some stories. I have, some updates. So, I recently attended the National Black Nurses Association conference. And when I say it was an eye opener, it was an eye opener. First of all,
Really?
I wasn't planning on it attending, but this lady that I had met during my peds rotation, she was saying like, you need to get more involved. Like, this is a great event for you to go to. And, me, I don't like doing things alone. But then, after listening to her, I said, why not? Why not attend? So I decided to go. I did convince one of my classmates to go with me. So thankfully she decided to go with me. Um, but the conference was amazing, in a sense that it was very informative, oh my gosh, informative.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it right.
Okay. Guys, I've been struggling. I don't know, half of the times I'm talking, I don't even know what the words that are coming out of my mouth.
Dude, same, same.
Yes, I may, I've been struggling a little bit here and there with talking recently, or speaking recently. But anyways, like I was saying, like the event was like amazing. It was a huge event. It's, they do an annual event every year and it's in different locations. Originally, I think it was supposed to be hosted in Florida, but something happened for the reason why they decided not to host it in Florida. So they hosted it in San Francisco, which was great because that gave me the opportunity to go. It was I want to say like a 5 day event, like for five
Oh
days.
wow, that's
Mm-hmm.
that's big.
Yeah, it started on Monday and ended on maybe it was a week. So it started on a Monday per se, and then it ended on Sunday. I didn't attend until Thursday because the event is very expensive. I think if you wanted to attend like all the days, you have to pay almost like $1,000. One day it's like $200, but your girl did not pay that because one, I'm a college student. That's gonna be my excuse. So on that Thursday, they had hosted a free event that was open to the public. That was for a few hours. So I went there and let me go back a little bit. The importance of checking your emails and responding. So months ago, my university sent an email out saying like, "Hey, if you want to attend the Black Nurses Association conference,
Let
reply
me
to this
guess.
survey."
They pay for it, huh?
They'll cover it for all the days, every single day.
Oh wow, that's a
Yeah.
lot.
Mm-hmm. My friend Alea, who I had convinced to go with me, she was a smart one. And she filled out the survey like a while ago. They didn't let her know until maybe like Wednesday or something that she got the tickets, which is odd. But yeah, so check those emails. So going back to what I was saying, I attended on Thursday and I met so many people. There was like amazing speakers and everything. Just so many people just had with amazing accolades. Like they talked about all the awards and everything that they received. There was a career fair. They offered scholarships. They had like a dinner. Oh, my storytelling is all over the place as well. This did not all happen on the same day. These were multiple days, okay? They had a whole gala that had like the dinner and everything. But being in that space and just hearing how passionate people were about healthcare and working as nurses and like how they made like a difference in the lives of their patients, just like in their community, like that was amazing. And that was in a sense a big eye opener for me because again, just imagine if I did not attend that event. Like I feel like I wouldn't have had that in a sense awakening. um but like just sitting there and listening to all these people, and they're like young, some of them were very, there was like a wide range of ages, like some in their early 30s to like 70s, that were just speaking so confidently, and just they're very passionate. And I don't know, my emotions has been all over the place. Like, though it was a great experience, that kind of made me reflect and see like what I'm doing with my own life. And I am doing a lot. I'm a student, and that takes up a lot of time. I'm working, I'm giving free labor, but then again, like, that made me realize, it's like, dang, in a sense, that I'm not doing enough. And I know that sounds, in a sense, psychotic.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
In what sense do you feel like you're not doing enough? Like, what did they say, or what was it that you felt like you're like, oh, I could do that?
Oh, well, is, not that I could, well, I know I could do it. I don't want to sound like, a Debbie Downer, but it's more so like, I should be doing it. I'm not doing it. I should be doing it. And
My question is, what is it that you're not doing?
I just feel like, because I'm not currently working as an RN. Because I said, I have all my life to work. I want to focus on school. And even like volunteering and stuff. I literally just started to get more involved my last semester. And only the reason why I'm pushing more to get more involved, because again, the lady that I mentioned, the doctor that I met in P, she was saying, you need to get more involved. Like, you need to be involved around more people that look like you, that understands like where you come, not where I come from, but just understand like cultural dynamics, understand like the struggles of how they got from A to B, and kind of like someone to mentor and guide you. Um, so that's, in a sense, where I say I have not done enough. Like, I'm doing a lot, but in the same breath, it's like I could be doing more. And I don't know if that's the part of me that I feel like, I know I'm not using perfection anymore, but the part of me that's saying like, uh, I could be doing more, because I'm doing a whole lot. But then the part of me, that the hard part of myself, the one that's, you could never please myself, is saying like, oh, you need to be doing more. Um,
Yeah.
and that made me realize that in that conference. And it's crazy to even have that awakening, getting, it was a positive event, but then in my head it switched to like being negative, like, you're not doing enough. Look at this person who's like around your age, and sorry, look at this person that's around your age who's done so much within their time frame. Again, comparing myself to someone I don't know. um
Yeah. And that's the one thing too, though. Like, I I'm not trying to like um change what you're trying to
yeah.
say, but like,
Uh-huh.
I also like, I saw this video the other day, and it was saying like working in healthcare um requires so much of us. Like, it's hard, and
Hmm.
we're doing so much. Like, yes, you may not have done A, B, C, D, but you're doing E, F, G, and you can't really compare yourself to other people. But
Yes.
you could use it as motivation to be like, you know what, I want
Yes.
to try that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. And again, listeners, the event was amazing. And I'll get more to the events and the importance of attending the events. But it's a potent dose of three crybabies. So I have to put in a little sprinkle of like my little depression for real, my tears. Um, so it's crazy how I flipped in my head. I flipped an event that was so powerful and so
Positive.
edgy and positive, and flipped it on, in a sense, it was like negativity, like in my head. Like, I got so triggered. So I didn't attend just Thursday. I attended Thursday, and then I realized I can go the other day. So I went Thursday and Saturday to the gala. Thursday I had like the best time. It was great, because like after the speakers, this one these people had rented out, not rented, they had a penthouse, and they did like a little after party there. I mean, they did karaoke, and we were like all bonding, and that was so much fun. And then Saturday, that's when I had the awakening that made me depressed. That made me reevaluate my whole life. And I just remember just being so, feeling like defeated in a way. And then maybe that's not the right word, but I was like, dang, Linda, again, you're not doing much. But I am doing a lot, but I flipped it. It's like, oh, you're not doing much. You can do more. So I remember being so just like about it. And I talked to my therapist. I was like, I know I sound crazy. And you're probably writing down in your notes how crazy I am because that's how I felt. It's like, why did I flip something so positive and make it negative? And she was like, comparison is the thief of joy. And that situation was literally, in a sense, what I was going through because, again, I was comparing myself to people that I felt that was just so amazing. They were just,
Like you, and also you have to like realize like you don't know their life, you don't know their
yeah,
backstory. Like they may have given you some backstory, but there's so many factors that play into our journey. And I think that, you've had a difficult journey yourself. And I'm actually so proud of, like, I always look at you and I'm like, wow, Linda's so independent. Like, Linda does everything. Like, I look at you differently than you look at yourself. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, I think you're so,
Mm-hmm.
like, independent, confident. Like, you're always going out trying new stuff. And that's something that a lot of people don't do. So, like, you have to look at, like, those little positive aspects of yourself too, because those are really things that a lot of people don't have. But also, I hope that you, after talking to your therapist, saw like that could be you one day too. Like
yeah,
the people that were speaking up there, that could be you, and that could be us.
yeah.
So
And
Yeah.
that will be
And
us. That will be us.
yeah,
yeah,
and like I was telling Linda, I'm like, well, at least this kind of like help you to like wake up. And I'm like, okay, it's not too late. Like you're still in school, you
fire
could
under your
still
ass.
get involved. Yeah, you could still get involved. We could still because I feel like once we go into school, we kind of get like in. I'm talking about myself. I don't want to talk
Hmm.
for you guys, but sometimes you're just like so focused in school that you lose sight of the other things because you do get so busy. And
Hmm.
you're like, well, but I have to find out time. And like, well, maybe not find time maybe the first year because you're still getting assimilated to the program. And I feel like our program, Linda, is so accelerated that we barely have time to breathe. We're like, wait, okay, now is the next one. Well, now is the next one, and then you have to find like those gaps, to like try to do this volunteering thing. So like I told her, I'm like, well, yeah, like maybe you're lacking on that, and I'm lacking myself. But I like because I get shy and I get scared of trying new things. And but now that she found out, I told her, well, let's look into organizations. Let's look at what we can do. Let's look at volunteering. Let's just start working on these things, and then you're gonna be amazing because
Yeah.
I know she's capable of.
Oh, for sure. No doubt.
So and I feel like it's also very important to have like yes to be in school but also get involved with organizations because that will help you to make connections, and connections are very 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 important because yeah, sometimes people think like, oh, I'm gonna get into school and then right away I'm going to find a job, and it might be hard, but if you have the right connections, things could like go out so like very smooth.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
getting involved is it's very important.
yeah.
I
And I
think so
agree.
too. Go ahead.
And I agree with everything that you guys said. And thank you, Jasmine. Thank you, Kathy. It's just that they say that you are your worst critic, and that's what I deal with. It's bad. It's a bad, bad, bad habit that I'm trying to break and I'm trying to improve. Um, but again, like to rewind, like to go back to what I was saying, it's like, you know, how that event was like an eye opener for me. And I guess one of the positive things about me, is that I don't like let that stop me. So again, cause I'm like, I want to receive my flowers. Cause again, I was sitting there hearing other people saying, how the other person done so much. I was like, dang, I want someone to speak on me like that. So again, it was nice to hear that from you guys as well. So that pushed me to like want to do more, like pushed me to like get out of my comfort zone because again, that being in that room, just again seeing these so many amazing people, I was like, dang, you need to do more. Instead of crying about it, what are you going to do about it? That's my whole motto. Instead of crying about it, what the heck are you going to do about it? So with tears, I texted my classmate who's currently working at like a clinic. And the reason why, so she's working at a clinic, and her clinic is very flexible. They pay very well, and they're flexible with her school schedule. And I need flexibility because, again, I'm a student and I want to make sure my grades are where they supposed to be,
Right.
and make sure like I'm still learning and not being stressed by outside things. Because, financially, in a sense, I'm okay, but I want to work as an RN again for my own confidence. For me, it's a confidence builder. And I feel that because I'm lacking that confidence again because I have not worked as an RN, I was like, okay, Linda, you've been saying like how you're scared to do X, Y, and Z, and you're uncomfortable with doing X, Y, and Z. So why not put yourself in these settings so you can become comfortable? So I literally texted my classmate. I was like, hey, girl, let me know. Tell me about your experience working at this clinic. And she told me, she said, yeah, if you're really interested in working here, I can, connect you with the manager, the director of the clinic who's does the hiring process and everything. So she connected us. I emailed the lady, sent her my resume, and hopefully sooner than later, she'll reach out to me to start hiring, because I honestly feel that I need that.
But you said that like it's funny. There's like a common theme here, and some of the things I've noticed is like obviously you have to get uncomfortable to become comfortable, which is something you're doing, and also like making these connections are allowing you to continue furthering yourself. You know, you had that friend and you reached out to that friend, and now you're going to be able to do this clinic. And then maybe in this clinic, you're going to be able to meet, a mentor or someone who can help guide you in the right direction. And I think you're taking the right steps to be able to get to where you want to be.
Yeah, and it's also important because sometimes, like for example, we start looking for different organizations. Like I am now part of the National Association for Hispanic Nursing, and this was all new to me because, like, for example, as an undergrad, I knew there were like clubs and organizations, and I chose not to be part of it because I was focused on school. And on the school that I'm going right now, I feel like I kind of have to look more for these organizations. And I was able to find out that there's the National Hispanic Association for Nursing, but there is also, like, in this same organization, they have different chapters according to where you live. So because I like Linda, she had her conference here in San Francisco. Our conference was in Atlanta. I can fly to Atlanta maybe one day when I'm bowling, but not right now. But I'm like, I still want to help around the community, and I still want to be involved with my people and, help others. And I found out that, like, they have an East Bay chapter. They have like different chapters where they go. And I also find out another organization that is for nurse practitioners, but I don't remember at the moment. But they have conferences where they talk about, and this is the nerdy part of me talking, because they have like different meetings per month, and they talk about different things that they're doing research about and how to be better. And that I really enjoy that because I'm always up to learning and always up to like keeping up to date, or always, like for example, I attended to one about Alzheimer's, and that's close to me because my grandma has Alzheimer's, and family members have that I've had before had Alzheimer's and died because of it. And it's I always wanted to learn more, but something like you learn in the book, then is different than when you go to a conference that they're working on it right
Yeah.
now, and they talk about their research, or they talk about things that you could make a difference as a nurse practitioner, because we do preventive care. So maybe now we have to, now we have the tools to help um, people that come into our practice that are suffering from Alzheimer's. And then there's also another organization that we found out, which it was like a sorority, but for nursing. And Linda and I have attended your informational sessions, and it's very important. Like as an undergrad, I was very like hesitant to get into sororities because I'm like, I don't know. Like I was very, very, very hesitant, and I didn't. But right now, after going, just, giving it a try and try to see what they were about, I'm like, this is amazing. They do everything that I want to do. Like, they do volunteering, they help kids, even they help each other. Like Linda said, finding a mentor in nursing, it's very important because they could really help you and really push you through and get you those connections. And it's just everything is connections. And that's what I want our listeners
Yeah.
to really like get.
And even teach you, like, because, like, I feel like, being a first generation college student and even like being the first person in your family to work in healthcare, like, there's a lot you don't know about a lot of things about a certain career track. You know how, like, you can be a nurse, but you can specialize, you can work in a certain department. And so, like, joining these organizations and building these connections, you're able to learn more about your career pathway or even like things that you don't even know about. So I think that's really important.
Yes. And to emphasize of like building those connections and networking, because again, going back on the event, when I say these people were prepared for the event, mind you, again, I attended last second. I literally last minute the day of, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go, and even like the whole gala thing, it was they had a theme. I was not dressed in a theme of was it the Renaissance? Not the Renaissance.
Oh boy.
No,
I
it was
think
like
it
Gatsby.
was some, they had yeah, was it Gatsby?
Like, I think
It was
so.
Bridgerton. It was similar to Bridgerton,
Oh
whatever
yeah.
That's so
era that is.
cute. That's
Yes.
really
And
Hmm.
I was
cute.
not dressed in no Bridgerton outfit. But anyways, even then, I had finally met my first year of nursing school, we are partnered with they're not a tutor, I forgot what they're called. Jasmine, I mean Kathy
Oh,
was the one
you're
that
yeah,
helped with the
you're.
concept map. They have
Mm-hmm.
like a abbreviation for it. Um E something or whatever.
I
Anyways, I have finally met this person actually in person. It was always on Zoom. He always like just a very smart man. Finally met him in person. He had his business cards ready. He was like, "Where are y'all business cards?" And I'm real looking at him like, "What you mean business cards? We here to show up to listen to the speakers." He was like, "No, when you come to these events," he was ready. He had literally the nicest. He had like a metal business card. I had never seen a metal business card before.
wow.
He had a metal business card that had his information, like his name,
Damn, he
number,
got
what the
money.
yeah. He said he had like a nephew or something that made it. I need to show you guys in
Oh,
person. And that business card also had a URL, so when you scan it with your phone, it'll send the person to like his LinkedIn, his business site, um, everything. I was like,
Oh, he
dang.
was
So
ready.
he was ready. He was just stressing the
yeah.
importance of just showing up prepared. And even then, like me, thinking, I'm like, okay, next time I'll be prepared. And then another thing I didn't realize was that on, I think it was Sunday morning, because I stayed the night there Saturday or I stayed the night Thursday and Friday. They had a resume, um, they had a no a career
Oh,
fair.
wow.
And the the doctor lady, she said, "Oh, come to this event and be ready." But then in my head, I was like, "Oh shoot, I only brought clothes to attend this event, not Friday's event." So I didn't have my resume on me. I didn't have business casual clothes because again, in my head, I thought I was just gonna attend that Thursday event, and I did not want to pay an Uber to go all the way back to San
SF.
Leandro and then go all the way back because I already spent $60 on an Uber there and too, there and back. So yeah, again, these conferences are it's a great networking opportunity because I never knew these people, but these people that were at the events, they hold like a huge like a presence in like the nursing community. Like everybody knew who that person was, and I'm looking at them like I don't know who she is. But now that I attended the events, I know I now know these
Wait,
people.
question. So, are all these people that attended the event local? Like, are they from the Bay Area or were they
They're
from like
all
different
over.
parts of the country?
Yeah,
That's
I
amazing. That's
yep.
awesome.
I met this girl from San Diego. She was really cool. People literally from all over. Because again, the event was supposed to be in
Miami.
Florida. and they different years is everywhere. So people they travel. They travel to attend
That's
these
really
events.
cool. I can totally see you going to these events in the future, like going to a different state, like you taking that as an opportunity to travel, but also go to the event.
I
Yes.
give props to
Girl,
her.
yes. And you know,
Linda?
I want to, but
Oh,
oh, the
you want to
people.
go?
Yeah, I think she was saying that she gives, I guess, props to the people that travel far away to attend these events. Is that what you're saying?
yes, because I get scared.
Yeah,
I like Linda. I don't know. Like I don't know if it's a thing of
Oh,
me getting older, but I don't like. I just get even more intimidated to be in places by myself. Like I was telling Linda, like even going to the gym by myself, and I'm like, what is going on? Like I used to do this when I was in high school, and then
that's so funny. That's so
now
funny.
it's
I'm the
just like
reverse now.
can't.
I'm the reverse. I used to be scared to do it like by myself, and now I'm like, oh well, I'm by myself, so I have no option.
and to add on to being scared to do things by myself, a big part of me, I don't mind doing things by myself, but again, when it comes to academics and stuff in like professional settings, it's intimidating for me. I'm just going to be
It is.
straightforward. This
It
podcast is
is.
for us to be straightforward and open and vulnerable. Like these settings are very intimidating for me because again, I don't have the best confidence in this chapter of my life as being like a nurse practitioner in these settings. So, speaking of being scared to do it by myself, so mind you, my classmate was already out there because she after class she went straight there, and so I still had to come home get ready because that was the same day I had my OSCE, so I had to come home and pack. So the event started at 6 p.m. I got there around 6:10. I'm not gonna lie, so I got there at 6:10 by Uber, and I'm
That's better than
calling
I
my
thought.
yes, and I'm calling my classmate because she rented a room. Like we both rented the room to stay out there that night. So I'm calling her because I don't know the room number. I don't know how basically to get to the room. I have my luggage. I'm calling her and calling her. She's not answering. I'm already late to the event and I'm also supposed to meet the lady that I met in Peds there. And she's already there. She texted
Oh.
me like an hour prior saying like I'm here, let me know when you get here so we can,
Hmm.
sit together or whatever. Literally blowing up my friend's phone. She's not answering. So I was like, oh, I'm already late. So I talked to the hotel people to hold my bags while I go downstairs to attend the event because I never got in contact with my friend. And then so I gave them the bags and I'm still nervous because again, I don't know anyone. I'm looking lost.
Hmm.
I I go downstairs, the service is not working, and eventually I was able to link up with the lady from Peds. Again, I was scared. Fast forward to Saturday when I come back again, my friend my friend said, so we had the dinner, and then my friend's like, oh, I'm gonna go upstairs to take a quick nap. So I'm like, okay, Linda, stay here to network. Like, don't go upstairs. Don't go into the room to take a nap. Like, use this opportunity to make connections and network. I was so nervous because I was just nervous to network because again,
Scary.
it's scary. I didn't know what to say, and I've been in
Yeah.
a I didn't know what to say. And again, at the Saturday event, the Saturday event where I made is when I made the comparison, um, the thief of my joy, basically. So I
Yeah.
still forced myself to network. I was talking to the dean of nursing from our university. I was talking to some professors from my university. I was there taking a photo, just smiling away, looking uncomfortable. In my head, I was uncomfortable. Um, but that was all hard, but I'm happy that I pushed myself to do it. Because
Me
again,
too.
I met a lot of people.
So, Jasmine, in your school, do they offer like any extracurricular activities or do they have any clubs where you could like network with other people?
They do. They have tons. They call them six student, like they're like student organizations, and they have like there's so many and like of everything you can think of. There's like a tennis club, and there's a running club, and then there's like a Latino club, and there's so much. But at the point that I'm at right now, just starting medical school, still adjusting, still trying to figure out how to do things. That's not something I've even looked at. However, it is something that I know that I do need to do because I also, like Linda, I tend to get shy, I tend to get scared to do things, by myself. So, um, I want to branch out of my comfort zone. I want to grow, and I know medical school is an opportunity to do that. So I'm excited to do that, just not right now. Not now.
Yeah, no, and I agree. I feel like your first semester, just you need to just learn how to adjust with to being a student. And
Yeah,
then the semesters after you have time to join clubs, networking, and everything. And
yeah,
I like that you already have that in your head because like me, people, listeners, don't do what I did. Don't be a Linda because but like I said, I just wanted to focus on school. I want to just focus on graduating, getting my degree so I can start working. So for me, like I said already, I waited to the last minute to start getting more involved. Like, yes, here and there I did, volunteer opportunities, but that was more so maybe like helping a friend at their church's health clinic day or something. But it's literally I have a few months left for school, and like now I'm literally like trying to throw myself into networking and everything because again, it's like I made connections here and there, but not really because I've been focusing on school. Like my mental state was just like, let me get through school. Um, but the importance of networking and everything is just that networking because you're gonna need people in the future. Like once we graduate, we're not just done with school. Like we're gonna need letters of recommendation. If you don't have connections with like your professors or you didn't meet someone who works in like the healthcare field that you're in, who are you gonna put down for your letter of rec? You can't use your friend. Like maybe you can use one friend, but you need somebody of like within your field, like professor, someone that can make these letters of recommendations. Um,
yeah.
so
And I just think it's
And
a
when it,
really great opportunity for growth. Like, I'm going to meet people that are going to teach me a lot of things that I may not have learned otherwise had I not
exactly.
interacted with them. So,
Exactly. And that's one thing I love about networking as well because you learn from the other person. It's maybe something you don't know and they'll put you on. They'll say, let me like show you how I'm doing X, Y, and Z. Or you're thinking
mhm,
about doing this. I've done that before. Let me show you how to do it. It's like a
mhm.
camaraderie in a sense where you're building like a family in a sense.
It is.
Like someone that understands what you're doing. You have your
And the path to
friends.
get there, and the path to get
Yep.
there, they've
Yep.
done it, they've struggled.
Mhm.
yeah, they can give you tools like Linda was saying, not only just for references, but also sometimes to look over your resume. Like there is a certain way that your resume needs to look in order for you to get hired. So they're like, hey, you could send it. You have a extra pair of eyes that are already experts and are already working on the field, and that can give you like little pointers on how to make your resume better or how to interview better. So it's always
Yeah.
good to like make those connections.
Yep. Because like I said, what about I didn't if my preceptor didn't connect me with the lady from peds, the doctor that works in the peds clinic, like talking to her, and that was what when I was there, I only spoke to her. I spoke to her a few times, but like within like our first conversation, she already made in a sense a huge impact in my life by like recommending me and saying like, no, girl, get involved. Email that person right away. Tell them that you're looking for a mentor. Like she was literally pushing me to do like to become better, like for growth and with
Yeah.
networking and building those relationships. That's all of that is important.
And we know it can be scary. Like it's scary. It was scary for Linda. It's going to be scary for me when I do it. But I think after you get to that point where you've tried it and you've met people, you're going to be happy you did it. So step out of your comfort zone. Do things that make you scared so that you can just become the better version of yourself.
Yes, and these events are very, very fun. Like you learn a lot, and then also you meet a lot of people. I've been attending these like these luncheons for hepatitis C. This lady, she was presenting on hepatitis C and like the medications behind them. A lot of the times you get free meals. They do them at very like nice, like good restaurants, and you get a free meal and you're listening to them speak and learning at the same time, and you're also networking. Coming up,
I
they're
was
doing an
like,
event. What
I
was
was
that?
like, because I'd seen you post, I was like, oh, Linda got money.
Oh yeah, no, that was their money, and I was there.
I figured.
Yeah, they have an event coming up at Ruth Steakhouse. We just have to attend and learn, network, and listen to the speaker. So these events are very informative, but you're also networking at the same time. I know, like the last event, like my classmate, she was there and she met someone that worked at the same clinic that she's currently working at, but she never met that person, and they exchanged business cards, and they're saying, once you're done with school, like let contact me, and I have another position for you if you're interested. So you never know who you'll
What can
meet
come
at
out?
these events.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of events in your area. Oh, I don't know, but you just have to research it. You
No,
have
there
to
really
research. You have to
are.
do your research. Yeah, you just have to research, even ask your school. Like your school usually have, like they know what events you should attend and can attend, but you literally have to just look for it and ask because
I was
again,
I was gonna ask. It's probably in your email.
yeah, that's
Yep.
what I was gonna
Also
say.
read
It's
the email.
probably in your email
Yep.
because the lady that I was referring to, that that my preceptor said that worked at Peas, that said that will make a great mentor. She's like, oh, have you heard of so and so? You should join the National Black Nurses Association. You should do this. I was like, oh, I never heard of that. Girl, I look in my email from the first year I started school. I was receiving emails from them. So check your emails. There's organizations at your universities. You just have to check your email and get involved. And for me, I know I probably seen those emails, but I was probably like overwhelmed. I was like, I don't have time for that. I don't want to do that. But do it. Again, don't wait until the last semester like me. Get involved now, because it's important.
Mhm.
Yeah. So again, thank you guys for listening to a potent dose of three. Um, Tune in next week to hear about how school has been affecting our mental health. Bye.
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 Thanks for listening to this episode of PD3 with your hosts Linda, Jasmine, and Kathy. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe at a potent dose of 3 so that you never miss an episode and your weekly dose.